Hi, my name is Pamela Topchian, and I am a board certified hypnotherapist. I'm also taking classes for integrative healing arts practitioner. And I've been sharing on my channel some of the techniques and models for coaching and some of the other stuff that I've been learning as well. And so here's another one. So this is all about coaching couples, which really intrigues me because I do think that there needs to be another model out there, something that might be a little bit different than the more traditional counseling and or coaching with couples. So this is just practice here, and hopefully you can listen to this with your partner and see if this brings you any kind of clarity or insights or helps you out in any way. So my sessions that I'm doing for practice are always completely confidential, and you're always open. You're encouraged to be open and candid with yourself, knowing that it's private and confidential, whether it's a couples coaching practice session or just an individual life coaching session or even a spiritual coaching session. Um, so if you're interested in volunteering and giving me some practice, I'll put the information down below. But let's get on with this one. So I will ask, when I have couples in front of me, I ask them to bring a photo from the beginning of their relationship or an item that reminds them of the beginning of their relationship. Or if they're a married couple, then a wedding photo is also a good thing to have with them. And then we use that as a talking stick. And if you don't know what a talking stick is, it's something that you have with you that when one person is holding it, then the other person just listens. It's not a conversation or a discussion. It's I'm talking now, and this is the talking stick that lets you know it's my turn. And then when you're done with what you've had to say with each question, then you hand over the talking stick to the other person. And a good way to do this to make sure that it's fair and not the person who's always the usual one to speak up first or the one that makes all the decisions goes first. So a good way to do this is to have a piece of paper with a number on it, or to, draw sticks or toss a coin or some way that's just completely random. So um, let's see. So the first thing I would ask is to look at the item or the photo or whatever it is for a little bit and talk about what the relationship was at that time or what comes to mind. And so the first person would do this, and just talk a little bit about the relationship, what comes to mind when they're looking at that photo or that item, whether it was last year, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, what comes to mind when you look at that photo or the item? And what was the relationship like at that time? And also, did you have any expectations, goals, or hopes for the relationship at that time when that photo was taken, or, that time when you received that item? And then you would hand over the talking stick, the photo, the item, and have the other person answer those same questions or talk a little bit about, you know, um, what comes to mind looking at it, what kind of memories or thoughts about the relationship comes to mind when looking at it. And then talking about what the relationship was like at that time for you, and if you had any goals or expectations from it. And so then back to the other person in the relationship and talk about how the relationship compared then to now. and if the goals or expectations were met. And then also, were they rational goals? Looking back, were the expectations fair? Were they rational? Were they logical? And so, yeah, you would want to just talk about that a little bit. And then handing the item or the photo over and have the other person answer those same questions or talk a little bit about those topics. And then also, after that, was there anything that was said that surprised you? Anything that your partner said that surprised you? So I wonder too if anything that comes up from this, do you think would help you move forward in your relationship? Do you feel like this is a good exercise, and do you feel like this is something that you might use in your relationship? Or what other kinds of questions or topics of discussion do you think would be good to bring up in a coaching couple session like this? Would love to hear your thoughts about this. And especially if you do this with your loved one, your partner, um, how that worked out for you. So I'm going to also give you a quick sort of, I'm not even going to call it a guided meditation, but kind of a guided visualization for you both to do when you're sitting together. So put your feet flat on the floor, uncross your arms and uncross your legs, and put one hand up on your heart. And take a nice, slow, deep breath. And feel your breath and your heart beating. And know that you have this strength within you. And if your eyes are still open, you can just close them down now. Just easily and comfortably. And allowing all the muscles in your face to soften down. Your forehead and your eyebrows relax and soften down. And know that your teeth may part just a little bit as your jaw relaxes. And allow your shoulders to drop down. And just imagine or even pretend that your heart space is glowing with pure love. And you may imagine a glowing light radiating out from your heart space. This is the light of pure love. And this light surrounds you. And just imagine or pretend even. However you can feel this or sense this is perfectly fine. And this light of pure love may even feel like a warm, comforting hug. Now just imagine or pretend that this light and this feeling is radiating out to your partner. And you know that this love is so strong because it comes from deep within, from the space of your breath and your heartbeat. And imagine that your partner can feel it too, without a doubt. And I wonder if you can feel the love from their heart space. And imagine how that feels. That's right. And allow this feeling to surround you both. And know that you are loved and that this love is there for you whenever you need it. And you may do this meditation together or even when apart, whenever you need to. That's right. Now, when you're ready, you may begin to come back to this physical space that you're in, still feeling this loving sensation. And if you like, you may wiggle your toes and wiggle your fingers and open your eyes, coming fully back to this space now. And I hope that this was helpful for you in some way. And I would love to hear your feedback. Thank you so much for being here and sharing in this time and space with me and doing this exercise. So, one other thing that I would like to mention that's important in relationships is to know the love language and to know the apology language. So, a lot of us have heard about the love languages, but not everybody has heard about apology languages. So, it's just like the love language, it's what we need from the other person to feel that we are forgiven or to feel that they feel forgiven so they feel that we have apologized effectively. So there is a good link for these quizzes, and there's a million of them out there, so you could really just Google or just put in any search, love languages, apology languages, and you would get that information coming up. But there's one link to a quiz for these that I'm going to put in the description. So look for that if you're interested. And once again, thank you so, so much. I really appreciate you being here and listening to me. And I'm just going to say, if you like any of these videos here, or if you're not sure of the other ones, look in the playlist. But because, I've got a few different things going on this channel right now. But if you like anything here, please, subscribe and like the video, and that way more people will see it. So thanks again.